Howdy, it is I, Junk, back with a video to really look into one particular question. I've already changed my hanger, so you can't even see exactly what we're going to be doing today yet, but it's about this bot on the right, this Curie, right here with the Subduer and the Fang Bao. I see a lot of this, and I was like, what is the magic with this Hybrid Curie? What are people into about this? So we've got a Hybrid Curie here, 2 Immune Amps, 1 Repair, and we've got our Zoe loaded up here. There's no weapon skills in this. This is just like a put anything on it kind of Curie. And I just see a lot of it, and I understand in principle, right? Like I get on paper what this is good for. You know, by having a Fang Bao, you enable yourself to hit things in stealth without having to see them, which means you can safely leave your drone slot and your active module for other things. Unstable Conduit is an active module, lets me shoot through shields, and I can use a tank drone for my drone to be, this is the Pascal here, to have like the most durability. So on paper, it's kind of one of those bots that it can do it all. It shoots through shields, it hits things in stealth, it stops things from healing, and it's really tough. So it's fast too when it's in its ability. So it's got all of those things. But the counter argument to that is hybrids aren't really great. Ordinarily speaking, you want all your weapons to match, to have the same ranges, and to have reinforcing abilities. If you have a weapon, for example, that applies like a lockdown, if you want to look at the Lei Ming here, if your weapon applies a lockdown, you want it to like lock down, you want it to accumulate that effect as much as you can. So it makes sense to have all your weapons be of the same class. But when shouldn't it? Does it make sense to run this Curie? So I actually ran 2 of them. That second Curie, I threw Avengers on it because I was like, yeah, test done. So I threw the Avengers on it. But basically, the short answer is, you know, I think it works. I've got 5 games to show you. You tell me what you think. And, you know, how are you? I'm sorry, I'm so rude. How are you doing? Please let me know in the comments. You know, I'm hanging in there myself. It's interesting. I had a depressed day, but the thing about being depressed versus like being sick is that you have to have gratitude for the fact that you feel good enough physically to feel sad emotionally. So, like the joy and the sadness there. And so I guess I'm doing okay overall. It all evens out in the end. Played some games. And yeah, that's all. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, here on the Abyss. Probably my favorite map, the Abyss. Got a good mix of different play styles. I'm going to drop in one of our hybrids here. You notice I got the Fang Bao on the left, Subduer on the right. The reason the Subduer is on the right is because the fire button's on the right. My thumb is coming over the right weapon fire to hit the center fire and hit everything. The Subduer, I want to shoot at range what I don't necessarily want at the Fang Bao. So it's easier to do this way. Running here towards center beacon. Got a spike melee Lynx. Get on the beacon before it flips. And the Lynx gets cooked by the Fang Bao. Fang Bao here is Mark 2.12. Subduer's Mark 3. I've got the Noir Fang Bao, but I don't want to level them until there's an event, because if you're trying to get the leaderboard milestone so you can get all the stuff you need for the ultimate Spectre, you have to be selective about when you level things. All right, running towards their home, we have an Erebus that shot its EMP at me, its blackout at me. And Erebus goes down for the double kill. In the meantime, I take some Reaper shots from a Crisis into my side, and I start walking back. My ability is down, so I can't run there. I start walking back towards it and realize, you know, I would have to be away from their beacon too long, and you can see there's a Skyros coming in to cap it. Drop the turrets, get the triple kill on the Skyros, and my reward is some more Crisis Reaper shots. I say, that's enough. I'm going. This guy's got to go. That's it. You're done. You're done. Go home. Meanwhile, a Lynx sneaks up behind me. A Lynx looks like it has one Subduer. Oh, electric Shenlu too. All right. Whenever you see a Shenlu, start backing up, so that if it drops behind you, you're walking past it. Lynx is it's got 1 vacuum, 1 Subduer. Hey, these hybrids are very strong, but at the end of the day, if stealth is one of your main survival tactics, it's not going to survive electric melee. He goes down. We have a full Subduer Curie. The full Subduer Curie phases. You see a lot of phase on these things. I mean, phase is good. I just don't think The unstable conduit is so powerful. If you can afford the power cells, unstable conduit all the way, I think, personally. Chasing that Subduer Curie back into its spawn, he's got some help from a Radiation Typhon. And pushing him into the corner and cooking him, living legend there on Subduer Curie. As little footwork gonna take down this Typhon, and we've got our first and second living legends of the day. Pathfinder comes towards me, friendly Ocho coming around the corner, and I go down. I just remember that was an Ocho. So what do we drop in? Well, Eiffel's ready. Why not? Right now we've got a beacon bar advantage and 4-to-1 beacon advantage. I see there's somebody coming down towards that bottom beacon on their side, their secondary. We've got a friendly Skyros over there to contest it. Let's just give him a little bit of a hand and have an Ocho Q. Bring out your Ocho sauce, because it's ready. Kill. Landing here towards their home beacon, taking some rocket fire from Beacon C. I don't know what's up there, and I don't think I go up there to find out. We have a flame Eiffel. You see I put the flames back on my Eiffel. That was because two problems I had with the bubbles. One was the clips ended early enough that if you have a regenerating Titan, like a Luchador or some Rook builds, it will regenerate before you can take it out. That's a problem for me. The second reason, which is a little bit more nuanced, is I posted a short about someone hacking in a Curie, and people said, well, it wasn't hacking, it's a bug caused by shooting a Curie with bubbles. It's like, well, there's a lot of Curies. So you're telling me I can't shoot Curies with these? Not a good weapon for this meta. Alright, backing up here. This Luchador. You can always tell if a Luchador is max leveled when you shoot it with flames when it's in a shield. Because if you can shoot through its shield and take it out, that's not max. Luchador backs up. It'll survive, but there's a 5 cap right now. He's only got 2 teammates. This game is all but over. I won't get the kill, but I will get the victory here. There it is. Let's have a look at those stats. 9.3, 1 assist, 11 kills, 2 beacons. Pretty strong game. Here's the scoreboard. I don't click through these scoreboards as much as I used to, because I think people have gotten over the complaint that people are, like, you know, that I'm tanking and I'm in Diamond League or something when I'm doing this stuff. You know, not every player is as strong as every other player, but, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's Champion League. I don't make the matches, right? Should I edit out these loading times? I don't sometimes, and I do sometimes. I know that it takes longer to see the video then, but my main reason for not doing it is people will accuse me of just handpicking the games I'm showing you. These are just 5 games in a row. Like, there's no selection to it beyond that. If I didn't think it was good, I wouldn't show it to you at all. So let me know. Do you prefer me to edit them out? I have to upload the unedited thing anyway for people who don't want to hear the commentary, so. But let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, game 2, Springfield. Oh, this is going to be a rough one. Buckle up. If you got an adult beverage, this is the time for it, because this is going to be tough. We drop in one of the hybrid builds. Walking here towards our beacon. Drop the turrets here, because usually at this point, as soon as this thing flips, I want to start playing some footsie. And I'd like to run over there, but I see we've got a Curie coming over here. Looks like a vacuum running towards me. He's got a last stand. And I'm hoping to chase him around. Now, we should be equally fast. But when we're equally fast will be different, because we're going to have different timing on our abilities. I'm just trying. I mean, there's nothing you can do here but dance if it's one-on-one. If it's one-on-one. You will eventually come to see a recurring theme in this game is teammates. What are they, and where are they, and why are they? What are they for? Usually, my problem with teammates is when I don't see them. We're going to have a problem with teammates where I see them and I shouldn't. I'll explain as we get towards that. Getting so close to taking down this Curie. Everything seems to be going so well, and I start seeing electric bolts from my back, and what has to be the world's strongest electric melee Shenlu cooks me right up. Okay, let's drop in the second hybrid, hope for a little bit better luck with this one. Let's take care of that unfinished business with the first Curie. There's our first kill. Get back to our beacon and try to flip it back. Figure out what is going on with the world's strongest Shenlu here. And he's got a last stand. My goodness. He vanishes, but now I'm taking shots from a Subduer Curie while I look around for him. Can't find him. let's deal with the Subduer Curie. Now, if you take a Subduer Curie and a Hybrid Curie and you put them face to face, generally speaking, the Hybrid is going to win because the damage output of Electric Melee is higher than the damage output of Subduer. So neither of you will be able to heal that fast. He'll be able to heal faster than you because you're taking double the Subduer shots, but he's going to be cooked before you're going to be cooked, so it's okay to do that kind of trading. And leave there with a Rampage from cooking a shell. I'm discharging my Electric Melee so I can reload it. I actually thought to reload for once. As then I start damaging a Curie that was taking shots at me, Weather Chicken up firing some rockets, finishing off that Curie for the Godlike as I head back towards their spawn and their home beacon. Ophion goes up into the air. We've got the unstable conduit, so that shouldn't be a problem. Beyond Godlike, on the Weather Chicken, the Ophion is going to be... There it is. The second living legend of the day. I should say second living legend streak of the day. Because counting every time we say living legend, we're going to be here all day. We got a Seraph living legend, Typhon living legend, not in that order. So right now, the game seems to be relatively under control. Hammer Lynx comes down. Getting pushed around by something, and I don't fully appreciate until it's done what actually takes me out. There's a Bursalieri on the farm. There's an enemy Bursalieri there. I don't know that yet because I haven't spotted it. I spot it now when I'm in the air with a Titan, and I think maybe I can dash towards it, but it dashes back, of course, as it is wont to do, and I realize I need to get behind cover because there is just nothing I can do about that right now. And I hope my teammates can do something, which is, in this game, a fancy way of saying I'm completely boned. We see the Imuji came in and decided to ditch and get into its Rook. This was the... Imuji is the player who was in the unkillable Shenlu before. So I recognize that, and I know that I've got my work cut out for me. Rather than try to stand on the beacon to contest this, I have an inkling that based on the strength of the Shenlu, that it's not going to be so simple, and I try to move around a little bit so I don't eat nothing but rockets and flames while I contest this a little bit. Meanwhile, I realize there's another Titan here. There's a Heimdall behind that building. They have a Sonic Lynx, and looking around, there's just not a whole lot I can do here. I have not a lot of options. So I choose the option that always works, get wrecked. And this is where I start to wonder, teammates. I had those once, right? What were they for? All right, so my galaxy brain plan at this point is let's take the ultimate here and try to get onto that farm beacon. Unfortunately, the Bursalieri sees me, and so I'm dashing back. Ultimate Bulgasari here, and I'm going to be playing. It's going to be Bulgasari versus Bursalieri playing footsies. What I really want here from this, my goal here is this. I want him to dash off of the beacon long enough for it to flip blue. When it flips blue, I drop the Fenrir, and then the Fenrir can hold that thing all day. I honestly believe that as long as I exhibit a little bit of intelligence and go into cover when the Fenrir is being shot from range, there's nothing he can do about the Fenrir. That's my thought process anyway. If that happens, I can hold this beacon all day. All that has to happen for this to turn into a win at that point, based on the beacon bar, based on the bots that are left, all they have to do is leave me alone. Go be useful, get a beacon elsewhere, and don't bother me. Right? Just let me cook and go do other stuff. That's all that has to happen for us to win this game. And all that requires is to have a teammate, really anyone, with, I don't know, a game IQ of 7. That's all it takes. That's all we have to do. Read the room, look at the map, decide what you need to win, look at the beacons, and figure out how many beacons you need to win. Now, what do you think is going to happen in this game? A little foreshadowing for you. The Bursalieri is hopping everywhere because of all games, of all times, this is the one where teammates decide they're just going to stand here and shoot at the thing I'm shooting at, which would be great if it wasn't a beacon game and I wasn't in a Fenrir. Because the real problem is this, I can't functionally leave this beacon I mean, look, we've got a raptor coming in from the guy with the unkillable Shenlu. I'm guessing the raptor's pretty tough. I can't just decide to leave it to my teammates because they'll get eaten in a second. So what I really need them to do is to go get a different beacon. Like, say, Beacon B, for example, the one right at our spawn, that there is nobody on the red team anywhere near as far as we can tell. They can just go right there. Get that beacon. I mean, the other red... We see two of the red players, the third one's at the dam. You could get Beacon B. It's right there. That's all you have to do. It's so simple. Well, at this point, I decide, okay, they're genuinely going to just stand here and shoot at other things. I have to go try to get a beacon. Shouldn't have to, but let's go try to do that. So I'm walking over towards Beacon C, because, yeah, I anticipated something like this. They're going to send somebody from Beacon C over to the farm as soon as I'm off of it, so I've still got to try to clear my way. I've got to clean my way over to Beacon C. And if they try to go past me, I might have to ditch. Well, looking back, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. I got to get on this beacon. Now, again, this would have been an excellent time for somebody to go get our home beacon instead of running around in the backfield doing nothing, being nowhere near a beacon, contesting actually nothing. It shouldn't be that hard. It should actually be fairly simple. No? And, of course, this raptor is hard as nails, and I realize there's just nothing I can do here, and apparently I'm going to have to go get it. And guess what? This is the moment my teammate decides to now it might be good to get a beacon. This is the moment? This is the moment you decided? Astonishing. Utterly astonishing performance. I'm surrounded by mediocrity. I don't understand why I play this game. I don't get it. Excruciatingly painful loss, 16.5 million, 2 assists, 11 kills, and I'm trying to figure out who is the dumbest of them all who enabled this. Abject failure. Mr. 000 is certainly not top of my favorite list of people. Let's just move on. Alright, Carrier. Gotta rinse the taste of that last game out of my mouth, and what I've learned from that last game is don't trust your teammates, they're Muppets. They're mascots. Don't trust them for anything, and strike down with righteous vengeance and furious anger, because you can't trust anyone for anything. Alright, Hybrid Curie, which is a great attitude to come into a team game with, I assure you. When realistically, like, you really can't win a game by yourself, so assuming your teammates have no utility is not gonna help a whole lot. Let's run in towards mid. Emoji gets up into the air. Oh, get a less strong but equally annoying electric melee Shenlu behind me. And I'm also taking shots from range. Oh, there's 2 of them. Well, that's going to be tough. So we lost our first hybrid. Okay. Let's try a different electric melee strategy here. I tried this build with a non-ultimate version before, and it was pretty solid. Same weapons, actually. It's just, when you've got a robot with a directional shield, a robot that teleports behind you while you're being shot from one direction is going to be very tough to be successful. We do manage to get one of them down at least, and 2 raptors jump in. Well, I only got 1 bot in my hangar that can take on 2 raptors, really. And we all know what it is. Oh, 3. Good, I was worried this was going to be easy. Get a kill on something, I'm not even sure what. There's 1 raptor to the side, 2 raptors jumping around like they're super balls in their shields. I am taking an immense amount of damage, being shot by them and from range. But, counterpoint, this is the ultimate Fenrir. And these are electric melee, the highest DPS weapons in the game. For regular robots, anyway. Take out a second robot, and the third one seems to be a little surprised. Pretty sure that he's like, but I'm the meta. Yep. I'll put it on your headstone for the triple kill. Another emoji comes in. I don't know if he didn't like the way the first one ended. He just wanted me to show me his power ring. I don't know what. There's the rampage. That was sacrifice of a bot. Maybe he just don't want to be in the bot anymore, I guess. Alright, we're walking towards their secondary, full of anger and rage. Ocho almost throws me off the boat. So, you gotta give him points for that. Like, I I would have been salty had it worked, but man, he would have saved the team quite the headache if he had gotten me off there. So good try. You know, I gotta respect the gameplay on that. Mender tries to jump out of the way, get the assist on cooking up the Mender. Well, Angler will come to discover that blinding electric melee doesn't help because the electric melee works even if you're blinded. It just hit things like in a cone in front of you. Starting to take fire now from Titans. Another Shenlu. Very popular, these electric Shenlus. They're very strong. I don't know if their Fenrir is strong, but when you got help from an emoji with bendy bullets, yeah, I suppose you might get one out. Speaking of, an Eiffel with bendy bullets, you might get the Fenrir out. Speaking of Eiffel, there's a Titan Slayer. Double kill. Triple kill. Is that a Curie with... Okay, it was Curie with subduers. I don't know if it was the angle or the lighting. For a minute I thought it had hell. You know, the freeze weapons? That would have been a very strange choice. And we have a cooked squid, the godlike. There's that Curie for the beyond godlike. They're dropping in... What do we got? We got Rook, Ocho. Something I can't see because of the fog of war. What is that? I genuinely can't see what I'm shooting at. Living Legend anyway, third Living Legend of the day. Backing up. Cooking up that Rook for the Titan Slayer. That was not a fully leveled Rook. And another Living Legend. You know, I'm going to say third Living Legend. I'm counting Living Legend streaks. I'm not counting the individual Living Legends because, yeah, that would be annoying. Another Flame Eiffel. And he manages to very, very good navigation there to manage to throw himself far enough to get out of the range of the flames. It wouldn't have lasted very long if the game hadn't ended, but, you know, good piloting nonetheless. 13.4 million, 5 assists, 13 kills, 6 caps. I was playing Angry, and yeah, I didn't... I think that the 3 Raptors probably might have put other people off, but when I was upset and my Fenrir was ready to go, not that much of a problem. Next game. Oh boy, the factory. Okay. Dropping in one of our Hybrid Curies. Running now to the secondary. Or trying to. The Curie seems to have the same problem that Behemoths do where you sort of fall down slopes. So be aware. If you can avoid a slope, avoid it. Drop the turrets, and what do we got? We got a Lynx over there. And can't quite see. And boy, if you thought that I wasn't getting team support in other rounds, oh man, are you gonna have fun this round? Ocho coming down, running towards our primary beacon, and between stopping his healing and cooking him up in melee, that was not a difficult kill. And I'm walking back towards there because I see all those stealth symbols, and there's 2, possibly 3 Curies. Very soft targets that deserve, 3 Curies. Sorry, 3 Curies. 2 maybe, oh boy, 3 Crisis. I'm tired, man, it's been a long day. They got 3 Crisis back there. Very soft, let's take them out. They drop in a Pathfinder and they drop in a Scorpion. And the Scorpion electric melee hurts just as much as the Shenlu did. Okay. Curie number 2. And I see we've got a Subduer Curie chasing our friends here. Let's offer them some teammate support, because Lord knows if I don't wipe them after they use the bot restroom, they won't do it. All right, let's deal with this Beacon C because we're over here now. We've got what I think is a Shenlu, and then another Crisis type kind of sniper back there. I don't know if it's a Crisis or an Erebus or something like that. I'm gonna shoot into our secondary because again, wherever I'm not, we're gonna lose. I'm the only one trying to hold beacons here. I'm the only one capable of doing it anyway. Let's run back here towards our spawn because we got, Shenlu run around back here. Triple kill. Oh man, they've actually managed to get Beacon B on their own. Good for you, teammates. Glad to have the help. I'm dropping the turrets because I'm trying to get up here fast, but man, the slopes are killing me. We've got electric sonic links in center. There's the rampage. Take it out, and we're just going to put some fire. I don't know what that was. Couldn't see it from the distance. Imuchi drops in behind me, discovers, oh yeah, electric hurts. He manages to phase and go up just as I needed the reload, so thank you for the assistance. I'm going to back up just to make sure the electric hits him up there. It will shoot up, but you got to be back enough for the cone to hit him. There's the godlike Ophion in the air, not a problem with the unstable conduit. We are going right through its shields. It tries to get behind cover. I don't drop my turrets right away, although speeding up would have been an option. I'd wait until they're just where they can hit him, and I get the living legend off of my turrets. Hit something, I don't even know what it was, but I get the living legend off it, so that's our 4th living legend of the day, I think. 4th streak. Ophion, another easy target. There's a Curie, they have a Curie running towards their home. I went back for the Ophion, because, like, take the soft target if you can. Another Ophion, let's take that soft target too. And oh, there's the Bersaglieri dropping in. And that might be an issue. He slows me down really fast and really hard. I'm gonna try to put as much damage into him as I can, but I will not be able to win this fight, and I know that. Especially when I'm being shot from all the other angles. 1, 2, 3, 4 people were shooting me, it looks like. Yeah, I've been taking 4 people shooting me, and we've lost 2 beacons in the meantime, because the 5 teammates were being beaten by the 2 people who were still not shooting at me. Fantastic. Yeah, this is why. This is why I get salty. Alright, let's take care of the big problem first. We can't leave this Titan out there. We sneak up on it, cook it up for the Titan Slayer. And we have apparently freaked out the Nether. Dash behind cover. And we're just gonna chase him down. And there's not much he can do, and he knows that, so we get the double kill there. As we start to flip, a squid jumps in. He phases, I fly up, fly back, so I can keep the angle on him. I'm getting shot from the side as well, I notice. And I just want to make sure I keep the fire on him, so when he phases back in, he gets cooked. Looks like I was being shot there by another Crisis. Not Crisis, oh my goodness. Curie. Such a long day, I swear. I shouldn't be recording right now, my brain is way too cooked. I've been hit with the Titan Flame too. Okay, there's a Rook here who's just sort of walking towards me to intimidate me, and I slightly suggest that this won't be as easy as he thinks it will be. Seem to have only made him angrier. Oh, there's a second Rook. Didn't know that. 2 Rooks in melee, and my ability is on cooldown, so I get cooked. And somehow, we still don't have our home. Somehow, we don't have our home. Now, this is a moment that is such a great thumbnail sketch of the things that get me salty. I and a teammate both drop in. He drops in a luchador. He jumps towards our home beacon. So I say, okay, you're going to go towards home, fine. You go towards home, I'll deal with our secondary. And then he turns and stops and doesn't cap the beacon. What are you doing? If you're going to jump towards home, cap the beacon if we don't have it. Why is it that I have to cap every single beacon lovingly by hand? Could anybody who isn't me, hold a beacon? Just get a beacon and stand on it. Just do that. Just do that. Okay. Now I have to go get the secondary, which I would have had already, but I had to go walk my teammate to show him where the beacon was. And is that a Jaeger? Was that a Jaeger? You don't see that every day. Alright, getting back our secondary. It looks like they're botting, but we still don't have a beacon or beacon bar advantage, because that would require 2 people to take beacons. And the Baglieri, I want to say, it manages to very cannily teleport to another beacon, the one I just left, as I come on to Beacon C. And this is probably where we're having trouble, is because they've got people on their team with actual, beacon IQ. So I cap a beacon, and yet we lose a beacon. I want to point out, we outnumber them, all right, 3-6, and the only beacons we ever have are the ones I'm actively touching. Okay. Back to this beacon again, and of course he teleports away because he's good at this game. What can you say? I mean, you can't be mad at the red team when they beat you. They're doing their job. The question is, why didn't your teammates do their job? Okay, let's get this beacon back again, and now I'm going to walk back towards Beacon C again, because Lord knows we won't hold it if I don't do that. And I manage to cook him. I don't manage to stop him from flipping the beacon, but now I think actually we might actually have stopped them, actually in the real world, from capping any more beacons. Holy moly, why was that so hard? You know, the beacons are the round things with the light pillars in the middle, right? Everybody's clear on that? 11.1 million, 2 assists, 18 kills, and 9 beacon caps. Honestly, guys, honestly, it's easier than you're making it. And I'm looking here, this is the guy who was so much trouble, and his hanger wasn't crazy. He was succeeding strictly on the back of game IQ. So shout out to him, man. That was a great performance. And I think everyone should be required to watch his play and take notes, because everybody needs to learn from that. All right, we got one more in us. Lord have mercy. Let's hope that we get a little help in this one. All right, Castle. Curie Hybrid dropping in. And I usually go top, and today is a good usual day, and I'm just so, like, salty right now as I'm playing. Toxic, you could say. I drop my turrets because I don't want to lose this beacon, because people just run up to it and take it and don't look back to see if you're there. It's a simple thing to do at the beginning of a game. On Castle, it's a safe thing to do. I'm just saying, consider your teammates and whether you can help them have a cap too. Alright. I managed to eat the lockdown here when my teammate gets across, which I'm actually glad for. You know, he's in a Typhon, he wasn't going to survive that. I'm in a Curie, I will survive that. So better for me to be locked down and eat all that damage than for him to be locked down. You know, the Curie, for however you want to build it out, is a tank. To some degree. And especially if you build it out as a tank, accept the fact that you being shot at is a good thing. Every time someone shoots at me and not my teammates, that's good. I want that to happen. Looks like we took out a Typhon there for the kill. We managed to flip the beacon. Getting shots here from an Emoji and a Flame Pathfinder who had slid me down to the bridge before, so very strong build. Hard to play, and so very impressive that he's playing. And Ophion goes up again. Unstable Conduit's going to make him no trouble. Weather Chicken goes overhead with the Korean lasers. Not interested in the Weather Chicken right now. We got to do something about that Pathfinder, because that Pathfinder will cook us up more than anybody else. Double kill on the Pathfinder. Now, what happened to that Weather Chicken? Is he behind me? I should look in a minute, because I assume he didn't just evaporate. Maybe he did. I'm going to go down towards their spawn. I just drop my turrets there and go back the other side, so there's no place they can stand where they're not being shot. They have a Curie come in here. It looks like they've got ultimate shotguns on one side and a hammer on the other side? Yeah. So it's 2 different types of shotguns. Okay. You do you, man. Let's get back on the beacon to dance there. Get the triple kill. We are very low on health, but not so low that we couldn't make that happen. And there's another Ophion who we will be able to shoot through the shields. Rampage. My health is not super great right now, but I'm gonna play a little bit aggro anyway, because I want to try to force them to drop in here. Like, my goal isn't to survive this in this particular bot. It's neat if I do, but my goal is to get everybody focused on this particular beacon. Oh, I got very lucky there with my ability ending, and there is our, I don't know, is that 5th living legend of the day? Something like that. I can't keep track. Whatever, man. Let's see. And we take out the Crisis. Fenrir has Punisher T, Ultimate Punisher T, and Subduer on top. Good combination. And he's getting some help now from a Scorpion, Sonic Scorpion, and a very strange just decision by the Skyros. Skyros unfolds, so I just walk up into it, and it is taken out very quickly. The Scorpion teleports back to the beacon, but knows he can't flip it before... I mean, he flips it, but he can't hold it and flip it to red before I get back, so he just ends his ability. Newton comes out, throws me up in the air, I cap the beacon, and Newton doesn't look to be too strong. The Subduer looks like it's doing a lot of damage, and he gets taken out by my teammates. What did I want? I want a team support? Well, man, did I get it. Except we lost Beacon A, but still, I appreciate the decision to take out a Newton. That's always a good choice. It's not as high in the kill priority as Loki, but taking out a Newton, That's up there. And they got a Miramitz coming in with the Mahavajra. Or I guess those are the Vajra? I forget which is which. The Vajra class, let's say, weapons. I'm going into cover, but I don't think I'm going to keep this. We're going to ditch. Let's let him land on the beacon. And if it's Titan time, let's play some Titan. Flame Eiffel goes in, and he has to appreciate, as soon as he felt the flame, that this was probably not the move. It looks like they're having a little bit of a problem meching here. We're going to help cook up the guy on the bridge. And we're going to dash here towards their secondary, or our secondary. I can't decide where to go. That decision is made for me as soon as the Yao Ming goes up in the air, get it in range, and cook it for the Titan Slayer. Their Luchador coming towards me. I get it down, but as soon as its abilities start to kick in... What is shooting me from the side now? Oh, that must be the Mars turret. I can't seem to put enough damage on it by myself to take it out, especially not when it's ability. So instead, I say, oh, alright, let's just trade the beacon. Of course, I have teammates who are already getting it, so that ends up not being as galaxy-brained a move as I thought it was. Not a bad move, but from a self-preservation standpoint. Here he is coming around the corner, shooting at me. And we're going to do this again. I go up, he goes into his ability, I dash to the other beacon. If we have a beacon bar advantage, and I can avoid getting taken out, we can trade like this all day, and it doesn't hurt. Because he's always capping as I'm getting one, but he's got teammates. And he's got another teammate. So, I don't know what happened there, a little glitch. I jump up in the air, because two Luchadors is not something I want to dance with up close, but his friend Luchador, not as solidly built as his, managed to take it out in one flight for the Titan Slayer. He certainly appreciates this is not going well. He's walking towards me, but I think his heart is not fully in it. There's the second Titan Slayer. And what do we have? We've got one enemy left. We're flipping their secondary. That guy's in a Luchador, and he's walking towards our top beacon. Jumps the bridge. He's getting shot by a Typhon as he approaches our beacon. I'm putting flame on him, but he's regenerating through it pretty effectively. He gets on the beacon, and as soon as he does, 3 people drop in over there. Like Rook, Arthur, and a Crisis. So, victory anyway, but I was impressed at the... Man, the teammates were on it in that game, which... What a pleasant surprise, an excellent way to round out a night of play. 17.3 million, 4 assists, 17 kills, 6 caps. Hey, they were great, but I'm not saying I didn't do an okay job there too. Whew. So that is why people use the Hybrid Curie. Pretty strong. You can get a look here at the top guy in their team. 80% win ratio, very strong. Nice builds. Obviously, I would like to match my weapons in the Fenrir, but maybe that's a hybrid I should try next. I don't know. And yeah, I am beat from today of work and today of games. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you're a dog or cat at home alone, waiting for your parents, I'm sure you're a good puppy or kitty. Your parents are going to bring you a treat. Thank you for letting me babysit you, and I will talk to you again very soon. Later.